And you see how people, how they grapple for all these things. Not that they don't have. A story is being told of what happened in here in Kefi. A daughter of a senator was scrambling for rice. This 5 kg had been a 1 kg and was trampled over and died. Not that she needed that, but she just wanted to grab it to herself. What has not gotten the father? And that is how many of us do. When they are sharing food for the poor, many of us that come there to receive this food, who are not poor, we don't need those food. We have them in our houses, but we want to go and add accumulation. Let me accumulate. So all these things we need them. For what? Because we are yearning for more. Our officers, our politicians, or those in high places, not that they lack anything, but they look for more to add to themselves, either to make name, and so much deny those people that actually need those things. They give you money to go and establish a hospital in your constituency. The hospital ends in your bank account, of which people are dying over there for lack of medication or whatever. You take contracts to construct roads. We construct these roads in our account pockets, and we leave those roads to be what they are. People have accidents on those roads and die. You are accountable for that. What are you yelling for all those monies? The security agents are dispatched to places to take care of those who are being harassed by Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, and bandits. You are there, it is happening, you keep quiet, you are watching DSTV in your tent, and the people perish because you have received kickbacks from those people. So not to even help them. What are we looking for? These are the yearnings, these are the thirsts that we all thirst for. To grab more than we can chew. To drink more than we can drink. Today, my brothers and sisters, this woman was a wanderer moving from one house to another in search of life partner. She married 5 husbands, was not satisfied. Her meeting with Jesus was a divine arrangement. Jesus came for the salvation of all of us, not minding tribal barriers. Jews and Samaritans were not compatible. But today you see them talking to each other. Why are we divided, if I may ask? Why don't we respect one another as creation of God? Jesus said, I am the living water. Whoever drinks from me will not thirst again. Why are we not drinking from the pool of our Lord Jesus Christ? As he said in John 4:18. The woman was so happy because Jesus had satisfied not only her physical thirst, but her spiritual thirst also. And that made her to become a missionary. When Jesus now quenched her physical thirst and gave her the spiritual thirst, satisfaction, she herself now became a missionary. How? He went back to the towns, inviting people, calling people, come oh, I have discovered our Lord Jesus Christ. And people came. And in faith, as we are being told in the second reading, people believed in Jesus. And that is why, as he was longing and thirsty for saving souls, he has to stay in that town for 2 more days to evangelize the more. And he got people to himself who believed in him. When we see Jesus on the cross in John 19:23, he cried out and said, I am thirsty. Not that he was thirsty to drink water. He was thirsty for more souls. That is what he meant. But the people misunderstood him. They thought he was actually thirsty. They went and brought in vinegar on a hyssop stick to drink. And when he tasted it, he bowed his head and gave up. Even when he was on the cross, he was struck. Water and blood poured out of his side, as we see in the readings. And when the water poured out, the reason was this. Even though I am dead, people who believe in me and who come to me will never thirst again, especially if they drink from the fountain of his trust and faith. That is the meaning of that water that dropped from his side, even though I am dead. Because he was thirsty to save souls. So the water flowing from my side will continue to quench the thirst of all those who are thirsty. Today, many of us are thirsty in so many ways and we are in search of so many things. Maybe we could mention certain few things that we are thirsty of. Like the Israelites, we are thirsty for peace. All of us, we are thirsty for peace. Who is not thirsty for peace? We want peace to reign in the world and in our domain. Today, you will hear fightings everywhere. Recently, you will see Israel and the US bombing Iran and the rest of them. Many people are condemning them. But it's for peace. If you want to know what is involved. Not that they just got up and that. You are manufacturing missiles that can destroy the world. What are you thinking? The word that God has given to us free of charge, that we should live in peace with one another. You are now manufacturing missiles, ballistic missiles, that can destroy humanity. And then you will save yourself. Because these missiles that Iran are manufacturing, which they are almost finishing, they don't need to go to war. They will sit over there and send one or two to Nigeria, and that's it. Nigeria is not even big. Just two of them will drop here, we are all gone. So what are you thinking? And then you have particular people and set in mind to destroy. If the Americans and the Israelites had not come to our aid, I am sorry what would have happened. Because the clock is there in Iran ticking. That for the next 25 years, which is almost half of the years they have planned, Israel will be out of this earth completely. Americans will be demolished. In fact, the Christianity will be gone. That is their aim. And then their own religion, which they prescribe to themselves, will reign. So if Israel have not struck with the United States, we wonder what would have happened. Even now that they have struck them, now that they have not even completely finished the ballistic missiles, you will see the damage it is causing already. Now they are just throwing it like sharing biscuit. Take your share, you take your share, you take your share, and you see what is happening. The missiles fly themselves, nobody's there. And once they land, destruction happens. Only God knows why the Israelites and the Americans got up. Because now it's no longer war of carrying planes or army to go and stage war. It is technology. Now imagine how they got them. Destroy them in their houses. Use what they have to destroy them.